to Friday. Yay! We have so much today. I don't know if I'm going to get to all of it, but we are going to do our very best. First off, I am 2 weeks behind with you guys on a song. I'm going to stick with something that's tried and true that I already know, and you maybe have heard it. It's been a long time since I've sung it on the Friday lives. I usually start my or at some point in my live teaching classes go into this one. So let me go ahead and and work with this. Yes, thank you for praying for me too this week. Feeling a lot better from the COVID cough. However, I exchanged it for a bad back. So the back has left me. It's getting better. Spasms have stopped. Did you know it's getting older isn't for sissies. That's all I'll say about it. But anyways, I have a song for you. This is to thank you for donations, which, as you know, go to a charity. And I sent this off this past week. We collectively, with all of us, were able to send $120 to Samaritan's Purse relief effort in Kentucky for the flooding. I decided on that, and then go back to the Ukraine after that with any future donations. Actually, that was my matching funds going to Samaritan's Purse. But we also did the Shriners Hospital for Children. So that's where if you donated, that's where every penny of that. Thank you so much. There's never ever pressure from me to do this. Thank you. I like to do a song. And so now I have a song here. It's one that you've probably heard before, but it's called On Top of My Craft Bag, and I think you can relate. On top of my craft bag, all covered with yarn, I lost my crochet hook, and then I said, darn. Yeah. It went between the bushes and further down. My crochet hook would never be found. Been there? So I went to the craft store, coupon in my hand. They had the right size, but not the right brand. So if you like crocheting with your favorite hooks, keep plenty of extras with your crochet books. Hope you enjoy that one. That's just one of my favorites. And of course, now we keep those coupons. It's really funny how. Yeah, so it doesn't. Whew, that wasn't too bad. Too painful. What's really funny about the back is it doesn't hurt to sit. It doesn't really hurt that much to stand, but it's getting from sitting to standing, standing to sitting. That's excruciating, and you have no idea how many times you do that in a given hour until you can't do it. So anyway, let me go ahead and say some guys, and then I'm going to just dig in. I have a pile of stuff here, and some really, really, really exciting news to share with you. Well, wannabe crocheter or nerd, thank you for your comment. I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. And just to let you know, you are going to be one of our winners today. So I already wrote your name down because you're the first person in the chat. And I do have some others I'm going to give away, but not just yet. I'm going to just keep you hanging there for a second. Alana, it's so good to see you. Go ahead and get rid of this commercial there. Thank you. And not sure why the video feed is fuzzy. Oh well. And gee, I wonder if my phone is on internet. That could be the problem if it's not on internet. Oh well, it's too late to fix that. So then hold on a second. Nope, I don't want to even try. If I try to fix that, it's going to mess up the feed. So I just hope this gets better. Let me go ahead and refresh the page and let me see if that helps. All right. I'll find out in a minute if that helped. But I just want to say hi to Alana and Angie and Judy. Yes, you are so right. She says crochet calms and creates. So fulfilling, and wishing everybody happy Friday. Thank you so much for that. It's still a little pokey here on me, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure why that is so far so kind of sketchy there. I'm sorry about that. Let me go ahead and bring this down just a little bit. Let's see if that's better. And yeah, we have Red Hooked in the chat. It's good to see you there. Northeast Ohio, where she's a beautiful sunny day today. Guys, the weather is to die for right now. It is beautiful outside. It's sunny. We've just recently finished up a bunch of the thunderstorm every single day, which is bad. I don't have to go out and water my plants by hand. The Lord does it for me in those cases. But it's really nice that the temperatures have dropped to the 70s to 80, and it's beautiful out. I really, if my back will let me, I think I want to get out and go for a drive today, just to get out in the weather. It's so beautiful. So I hope you're enjoying that. Susan, AB, thank you so much. Susan has given us $5 towards our next song. That brings us up to $15. And just to let you know, our next charitable donation will be for Rancho 3M, which is an orphanage it's in, I think, Guadalupe, Mexico. It's one of those border areas, one of the poorest areas I've ever been to, but they have an excellent work, a Christian school and an orphanage there. I've been there back in 2006 with players, and a really worthwhile organization. All right, so Hannah is with us. Okay, Hannah has a great question from Mac, wanting to know, how is mercerized cotton different than any other? I know it's pressed differently. I study on that, Brenda, to give you a more complete answer. I mean, I do have some examples. I have some that is not mercerized. Let me show you what that looks like. I just kicked the box over. You're familiar with the Dishcloth Cotton, which actually I'm going to be showing you something I made from that in just a bit. This is not mercerized. It's not really the finesse kind of things that you'd want to. I mean, you could make a garment out of this. I have, but it's not the really nice stuff. I don't have any mercerized right here to show you, but it's generally much smoother and more processed, I think. And I know that's probably not a very good answer if anybody's out there listening and you're an expert on yarns. Brenda, if you want to just email me, I can do some research and see what I can find. I do have many books like this thick on fiber, so I mean, there's no end to learning it. But I do know that mercerized cotton is just processed. It's usually a finer feel than the dishcloth kind of just basic kind of cotton. And just like there are different breeds of wool, just like different breeds of dogs and how their hair is different, there are different breeds of sheep, and they can vary a lot from each other. And that's what wool is like. For the merino wools tend to be much softer, and there are many, like probably can vary quite a bit from the Delta Nile and places like that. That just has a higher quality. So depending on the plants that the cotton comes from, will determine even the quality of the fiber. So, just like you have good plants and bad plants, good apples, bad apples, the same happens with cotton. So I'm trying to see, do I have some? I think I have some over there, but just know that it's different. And if you just look at the labels, and you can compare on that. But I do need to get more specifics for you. So right here. Excuse me again. The in the chat, and that's Mom. It's good to have you here. And car. Well, hey Linda, have a wonderful day out there. I hope you're out in wonderful weather running those errands, my friend. And we have Jacqueline in the chat from a huge Los Angeles. Really? You guys have the humidity. Oh, I'm so teasing you, but whenever I've been to LA, which was like once for about a week, the weather was fantastic. Very dry, and it was the summer. And then I think the week after we left, you guys got the humidity again, so that was kind of wild. I'm glad we didn't get it because we have plenty on the East Coast. We have Tracy and Tracy Hamilton. I'm in Oklahoma. Supposed to be 103 today. Too hot for anything but crochet and knit. That's right. Stay inside and turn up that AC, no matter what they tell you on the news, right? And we have Charlotte and again Brenda Mack from Idaho with that great question. And Jennifer Beck says, very UK. Yeah, well, ladies and gentlemen, it is summer. We're in August, and whenever August, I think of March. I haven't done it in decades, but for many years, I was either doing a high school, when I was in high school, doing band camp in August in South Florida, and where we didn't have air conditioning in our school, or my house for that matter. And then it turned into college at University of South Carolina for 4 years, marching in South Carolina weather. I thought Florida heat was bad until I experienced South Carolina heat in Columbia, South Carolina in August. And that's when we would be learning all of the marching maneuvers and the music and stuff out on the fields, and crazy, crazy, crazy. But anyway, that's just what I think of when I think of August. And so when I'm not absolutely dying, thinking back to my band camp days, I'm thinking, August aren't really all that bad if you can go inside. But yeah, sorry you're having that bad weather. But it's going to be cold soon, so it's not that long when I noticed online, a friend of mine who's a crocheter is teaching in school again. He's getting back to the teaching routine. So, once that happens, the fall weather's not far behind. Okay, thank you, Hannah. Hannah's let me know that the feed is still fuzzy. It's cleared up for me here, so I'm hoping things have gotten better. I don't know what's going on. Usually our internet is rocking it, doing really well. They could be having some glitches here. We have Sheila from Brooklyn, New York. She said, where we got a break from the heat. Nice and breezy here. We're having similar. It's so nice. My plants are finally going, thank you. I need to go out and water them again. We have Lovecraft and Phyllis from Western Pennsylvania. I'm going to be going back to the woods, Phyllis, or at least in West. You consider Pittsburgh. Okay, thank you, Sheila. She just Googled finishing treatment, which improves the uptake, dye, and tear strength, reduces fiber shrinkage, and imparts a silk luster. You don't want to try to break that stuff with your bare hands. Now, this cotton that I showed you, I mean, I can just rip a piece off if like that, not a problem. See, it just tears very easily. It's an interesting. I just ripped it. You can make dishcloths and scrubbers out of this stuff that will last for a long, long time, 20 years. The color may go away, the color will fade, but it will look fantastic. I mean, it will work, it will be functional for many, many years. Um, excuse me again. Thanks for doing that, Sheila. We have Margita from Switzerland. I'm not Switzerland, Sweden. I'm sorry, I have Switzerland on the brain. I watched a little clip yesterday of Roger Federer, who's my favorite, my favorite tennis player, I confess. But, it's a long story, but I just saw this really cute clip the way he reached out to the little. It was so sweet. I just love the way he does stuff like that. So sorry, you're from Sweden. I can read that now. I just had Switzerland on the mind, Margita. Sorry about that. And we have Harriet from Michigan and Sheila from Orange City, Florida. I have a friend that used to live there. And Tracy Hamilton and Crochet Done My Way with Wanda. Hey, Wanda, so glad to see you in the chat. Yeah, I love to cry, asking if I have technical difficulties. I really don't know what's going on. I need to figure that one out. I'm afraid I can't really do it right now because it would mess up the connection. Let me see. I don't even know. Let me try something, guys. If I lose you, I will start a new feed. We're back. I'm connected to the internet, so I don't know what's going on. It must be a localized problem here. So sorry to say goodbye for just a second there. All right. We have Swati in the chat from LA. She says, "Hi, everyone as well. I'm rushing off to physical therapy again as usual. On a plus note, I am taking a week off work, so you know what I'll be doing. Take care, everyone." Well, Swati, take care of those hands of yours. I just hope you can still still crochet when you can. Just take it easy. All right. So Hannah says it's looking better. Said so, I did something that must have worked. I didn't touch anything, guys. I just checked to make sure I was connected to the internet. Now I am, but thank you for letting me know that, Hannah. It may just come and go. That they may be having some outages or something in the area. I don't know. Oh, thank you guys for the feedback on the song. I'm just getting to that, Tracy. And oh, thank you, Harriet and Dorothy from Fayetteville, North Carolina. I'll be passing through your way sometime at the end of August. I'll be heading down to South Carolina, and I'll be going right by all the signs to Fayetteville, 95. And let's see, we have Kelly Dye. She said, I just signed up for your big and bold cables class. Yay, coming up in Pittsburgh. It will be my first time attending a knit and crochet festival. So excited. Well, thank you, Kelly. That'll be actually my first time going to that particular festival too. So we'll both be newbies there. So let me go ahead and pause. See a little bit about that. I'm going to be teaching some classes, and they are filling up. The big and bold cables class is almost maxed out. Other classes I'll be teaching. This is at the Pittsburgh Creative Arts Festival, and I think registration closes excuse me, on the 15th. Today's the 12th, so 13th. So Monday, I think registration online does close. If there are openings, you might be able to register on site. It might be a little more expensive, but honestly, these are very economically priced classes. It's only $35 for a 3-hour class, which is like a fourth of what a lot of other places with venues like this normally charge. So this might be a good place to pick up a class if you've, and there are a lot of other teachers there. Definitely check out the information. If there's a link in the video description, if you want to see who's teaching, teachers that you may will be there. I'm teaching I Love Cables August 25th, just 3-hour classes. Fabric for beginners on the 26th at 9 o'clock in the morning. And then the other class starts in the afternoon. Big and bold cables starts at, I think it's at 1. I could have those confused. I could have those backwards, but I know that the big and bold cables and the fun Crochet Fabric for Beginners are both on the 26th, which is a Friday. And then I'm going to be staying over one more night, and I'm going to have Saturday. I'm going to try to go through the festival and go through the marketplace. I'm going to try to do some filming for my watch subscribers. And if I don't know if I'm going to release it publicly or not. I might do that, something for that as well. But yeah, do keep that in mind. Thank you for signing up. Those of you who have, I'm really looking forward to this. Excuse me again. The cough is much better. It's just, it's still not totally gone. All right. Thank you for letting me know about the quality bronzing. Again, doing what I can here. I double checked everything looks good. But anyway. Yeah, try refreshing your page. That's something you can also try doing. If you just hit the little returning in your what do you call it, your search, at the top of your screen, sometimes that helps. All right. Wow, lots and lots of people in the chat here. Well, let me go ahead. Let's see. Let me see if there's anybody I missed. A lot of people. Yeah, Dorothy, if you're having trouble with the volume, you may need to check. You may need to just turn up the volume on your device. I haven't changed anything from what I normally do with broadcasting. But if you turn up sometimes if you're watching on a cell phone, sometimes the volume it goes all over the place. At least it does on mine. Yeah, Jacqueline in the chat, and so glad to have you. I see these ladies I see quite often. It's so nice to see you there. And Mara, good to have you with us. Yes, I know she's telling me that the broadcast is fuzzy. We're hopefully that will clear itself up. And Martha Comancho Kelly from Southern California. Tracy Hamilton says it's about pain. She says it's the same when you get your tummy cut open. Yeah, I've been there, done that several times. They immediately come in and tell you to cough. Never knew using your belly muscles to talk aside from a cough. You are so not kidding, Tracy. I've had maybe people don't know this, but I can just say I've had 5 cesarean sections plus an additional surgery abdominally. So I've had that 6 different times. Probably looks like mincemeat in there, but yeah, I understand that, and yeah, I know all about that tummy. I can tell you a horror story, but I'm going to spare you guys. But one of the wonderful things about having the surgeries was my daughter Hannah. I got to see Hannah, so what a blessing. And we have Wanda Bigelow from Oregon. She says, I received the book I wanted of your crochet and love it. Yay. Well, thank you for your support, Wanda. Thank you so much. Well, let me go ahead and stop there and tell you the good news, guys. This is totally out of the blue. I had no idea this was what happened. In fact, I've been in touch with these shirts a few times. I know they've been regrouping the company and doing something, and I think refocusing their vision, which is a good thing. I think they needed to upgrade quite a bit from the past. And the good news is I now have official permission to do a design out of each of my leaflets. Now it's going to take me a while to get there, but this is the biggest thing of all. And they gave me some copies, so this is back in publication. Yay! I could not believe it. My husband brought this box of books in, and I'm like, I don't know that those are mine. I didn't order any books. And he's like, books. And I'm like, I didn't order anything. So I opened them up, and I've been trying to get copies of several of my different publications. And so I got those that I've been asking for, and this they brought back. It's like risen from the dead or something. This has been available as a PDF, but I've been begging them to please reconsider publishing it. And I even asked them, I said, sell me the rights back. I will buy the rights back because I will publish this. I know it will sell. This is actually my very, very, very first publication ever. And this is the reason why I even got into crochet publication. And a little history here for the record. Do you see that stitch in the middle of the throw right here? That's the first time the Celtic Weave ever appeared in any publications in ever. Because this is my stitch, guys. I know some people have doubted that. It's like, no, 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 no. My daughter inspired me to sit down and just do something different instead of doing another pattern of another designer that I've been doing for so many years. And I said, okay. So I played around and played around. And so if you really hate that stitch and it's real hard, well, I'm to blame. But so the Celtic Weave, I originally called it the Barker Celtic Weave. Of course, when Leisure Arts edited that, we're gonna drop the name. We don't need the name in front of that stitch. So whatever. So that's why that is not called the BCW. It's just a CW for Celtic Weave. But this has, I believe, five designs in here. And let me see if I can. Got the sage green, which is on the front. I really like this one. This is the basket weave. That's the base, the main stitch of this, but I just love the basket weave. It's such a great stitch. And the tan sampler, which I'll show you in a minute. And this is one of my favorites, the winter white. And these are longer than your standard published design. This is one that I still have the original one. After she passed away, I kind of got it back. I mean, wasn't going to throw that away because that was one that she really loved. And this is the one I've been advertising on social media, the tan sampler, which is actually probably a good one to start with if you've never made throws like this, because you can make this as large or as small as you want just by the number of squares that you crochet. So anyway, the sizes on, let me read you some of the sizes. The sage green is 60 inches wide, 74 inches long. So that's a much more of a substantial yarn eater. The basket weave is 69 by 65. So when I designed these, I was used to larger throws. It's just that when I started crocheting designs for yarn companies, they wanted to keep the size down to like 45 by 55 in that part. So so anyway, if you ever wondered why the throws are on the smaller side, that these are not on the smaller side, they're on the larger side. So what I want to do, okay, Hannah is sending me some questions here. Okay, I'll get to those questions in just a second. So what I want to do right now, I have four more. I'm going to give one of these to wannabe crocheter or knitter. So wannabe crocheter, and if you are a winner, if I say, okay, you are one of our winners, I'm going to go ahead and put my email in the video description. It's in the video description, but I'm going to put it down here. Oh, thank you, Archer and Ace. She is so generous. That is so sweet of you to do that. Let me go ahead and add that to our kitty here. So now we're up to 25 towards our next donation. But anyway, so what I'm gonna have you do is, and I'll give you the rules real quick so nobody starts typing in stuff just yet. I'm going to ask that you just put one entry right now, and if we don't get the numbers I'm looking for, I'll say, okay, you can do more. But if you can, just limit your entry to one number so everybody has a shot. I can only mail the physical copies to US mail. Okay, so I'm sorry if that's, you're in Europe or some other place. And I don't have the rights to be able to send you a digital copy. What we could do, if you're at or U.S., Canada, and I can send you. I can have you pick out 2 patterns from my Lovecraft store and let me know which ones, and I can send you the PDFs. Work something out. I just let you know that the mail, the cost of mail has gone up a lot, and this, that I'm paying for this, and I enjoy that. I like giving stuff away. But just to let you know, that's why I can't mail overseas, because it'll cost much more even than the value of what's in the envelope just for the postage. I used to mail things to my daughter Becky when she was living in Switzerland for a summer as an au pair, and I cannot believe how much I paid to send her peanut butter. It was crazy. I think it was over $50 for a box, a very, very small box of stuff. But anyway, so thanks for your understanding there. So what I want you to do is I am thinking, actually, I've written down the numbers so I can show them to you afterwards so that I'm not being, showing favoritism or anything. I'm looking for numbers between 1 and 20. And the first 4 people to get one of those numbers, I will send you a copy of Aran Afghans. Okay. So let me go ahead. Okay, Margita is a winner. Phyllis, you are a winner. Just looking for one more number. I still have one more number that has not been picked. All right, so let me see. Let me. Okay, for anybody, okay, you guys want to. Well, let me just get a minute. If there's anybody else coming in, we still have one number between 1 and 20. Okay. Okay, there's. Okay, love to craft. Okay, Barbara, I did. Okay, we've got our winners then. Okay, we've got our winners. Okay, okay, Barbara Lewis, I just have to tell you, I had to take the first number that I saw by your name, which was the 3. Then there was the 20. So I was just looking for one number per person. So that's why I didn't pick your end. Just to be clear, I just wanted one number, and I took the first number, which was 3 there. So let me see who. Let me go back and get the names again. Okay, Margita. If you guys, let me write the other numbers down. And Sandra, and and Phyllis. Okay, so the numbers that I had selected before the broadcast were 20, 9, 1, and 11. And so the people who I during in my feed, in my live chat feed, that those came in first. They look different if you have your chat set to top chat or something like that, but I have mine set to live chat. So just to let you know, I'm trying to be as fair as I can. So wannabe crocheter or knitter was the first to leave a message, so I want to send them one. Love to craft, Margita Elkun, Sandra Fusler, and Phyllis. If you could just send me an email to bonniebay@me.com, and I will get these in the mail to you today. If you are from outside the US, still email me. Let me know that you're from the outside, and what you can do is pick 2 designs from my Lovecraft store, and I will be happy to send those to you in a form of a PDF. Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys for playing with that, and to let you know, excuse me again, I do have these available in my Etsy store. There is a limited number, of course, but I do have and because of having COVID and just not being able to do much of anything. So I'm active them again for a couple of weeks until I travel down to Pittsburgh, in which I'll have to turn everything off again. But just to let you know. And let's see, Bet Hannah had a couple. One other thing. They're also, these are not available on the hard copies. Are not available yet on Amazon. They may be available soon if you're like a Prime member. And when you order them from my Etsy store or any of my books, I have all my books now include free shipping to the US, just to let you know. But you can get the hard copy also from leisurearts.com, and I did put that link in the video description as well if you wanted to order them directly from the company. It's not an affiliate link or anything, but it would definitely demonstrate to them that they made a good decision, if you wanted to order it from them. So, all right. Tracy Hamilton is wondering about the crochet stitching contest, how fast you can stitch and how they judge for it. Okay, she also wanted to know how she entered in her state fair and is entering projects. Okay, she entered. You entered into the state fair. Okay, good. The way CGOA did the fastest fingers contest is everybody got a ball of the same type of yarn. This particular year, we were not given a hook that we had to use. We could use our own personal crochet hook. And as soon as I was told that, I'm like, yes, because I knew it would be so much easier than fumbling with a hook that I wasn't familiar with. So what they did is they handed out a piece of paper that had the instructions for what you were to crochet. Each year has been a little bit different. So you had to be able, before the clock began, you had a chance to study exactly what the pattern was going to be. In this case, it was just straight double crochets. It was chain a certain amount, and then starting in the 4th chain from the hook, go back and forth, and the chain was counted as a stitch, which it ought to be in the timed situation because it does take time to crochet 3 chains. And we were told, when we could ready, set, go, and then we were able to crochet for 5 minutes, and then they would tell us, okay, 2 minutes to go, and then we'd just say, okay, when they said to stop, you had to put your hook on the floor, and then we're done. So that's basically how it was handled. And then there were some judges that took the swatches and counted the stitches. And that was pretty much it. Now, as far as, so Tracy also says she has entered some things into the state fair, which is fantastic. That reminds me, tomorrow I will be on my way. Let me show, I have some things to show you. Rattle, rattle. Urgh. All right, I'll just show you the certificates. I have these really beautiful frames to put them in. I'm going to be judging for 2 special awards at my local county fair. And as part of the gift is $50 gift cards for each winner. And I have 2 awards, and it looks going to look something like this. Well, actually, this is one of the awards, and then we'll put the person's name in there and sign it and whatnot. I use it in a nice frame on display with the winner. And I have one for the original design. This is for the adult category. And then there's one for a youth award, which is not a design award, it's just Beth, the Beth, Beth Youth. So I'm really excited because I didn't do this last year because they wouldn't let me in to judge. And so I thought, well, I'll wait till next year because it's really important to me that I get to see the work and not that somebody else picks it out and says, we think this is what you should give. And I'm like, no, I want to look at the things because as a designer, I'm going to be looking for things that they're not going to be looking for. They're going to be impressed by things that I might not be impressed by. And, anyway, so if you're in the Montgomery County and area and you enter your stuff, I mean, definitely do that. And if you're a child, I mean, if you are under 18, make sure they put when you bring them to the Montgomery County Fair, make sure that they circle your age because we have people circle their age because certain categories are age dependent, but um, categories are. But Tracy, I just wish you all the best entering. I know I went on and on, but entering in your fair. But I'm excited because tomorrow is Judgment Day. Wow, Judgment Day at the fair, and Hannah knows what that's like because we used to enter lots of stuff when the kids were young, and that's also how I got started. And if you are interested, do I have my book? It's way over there. But I have written a small, very easy to read booklet that's in my Amazon. It's on Amazon.com. It's called Winning at the Fair. If you maybe have your fair doesn't start until sometime in October or September. Get a copy of the book if you're kind of nervous about what to do, and I think that'll help to give you a little more confidence to deal with the administrative part of entering because I know paperwork can be such a barrier to so many things. Um, so I hope that answers your question, Tracy. Rebecca wants to know, what do you do when edges on the side aren't even? That's a good question, Rebecca. It really depends on common thing for beginners I mean, I don't know if you're talking like a beginning scarf or you're talking about just like a throw that has different stitches because sometimes some stitches will be slightly wider than other stitches. Some stitches can tend to pull in. In that case, a lot of my throws have what we call perimeter rounds, which is just single crochet or something worked around the entire border to help alleviate some of that. As I like to say, it helps to cover a multitude of sins, where some of these things can be concerned. But if you're off, 5 or 6 stitches on, I mean, that nothing is going to cure something like that. If it's just, a stitch breadth's width or something, it will even things up beautifully. And if one round doesn't, do 2 or 3 rounds of the perimeter round, and that will really help to even things up. But if I'm not hitting on your question, Rebecca, just contact me, bonniebay@me.com, and send me a photo of what you're working on, and I'll be glad to take a look and give you my 2 cents worth. Um, oh, thank you, Brenda Mack. She says she would love it if I could do a tutorial on the Binet sweater. I don't have a tutorial on that. I would do one. The only problem, and this is going to sound selfish on my part, is you may be the only person that watches it. Um, it's interesting whenever I spend time, you know, I, I, I just can't promise that anytime. It only involved projects like sweaters are very time consuming. It would take me, I don't know, probably 4 to 6 weeks. And honestly, a lot of people in the crochet world are very intimidated, even to make simple garments like the one I'm wearing. People are just afraid of that, and because of that, they don't watch the videos, and so it's like it's a huge time commitment for me for very little, if that makes sense. But what we can do, you can always email me if you have questions, and I will be glad to just answer questions specifically on that. I know that's quite an involved um, sweater, but it's really fun because it has the ruffled edging and everything. It's kind of an off. Let me go ahead and let's see. Do I have a? Yeah, I do have the book right here. So we're not just talking Greek. Let me show people the sweater that we're talking about. Page 76. Okay, it's in this book, Celtic Crochet. And this is the sweater that we're talking about. And to give you a better view, because you can't really see much of it in that particular view. Here is the back, and you can see the ruffle. Okay. And that's using okay, here's a better view. This is the, I'm probably saying it wrong. It's an view from Ireland. Please forgive me. I know I'm botching your language. I think it's, yeah, I can't even come close to saying it in the Gaelic way. But that's the sweater that Brenda is talking about. I may have to give this another look. I think, let me look at that yarn. I think the yarn may be discontinued. They may have something similar, but I believe that yarn has been discontinued. Of course, that's a common affliction. It happens a lot. Oh, and Hannah wants to know, what's the name of the book that I'm giving away? This is the book we just gave away, Erin Afghans to Crochet. So, okay, so I missed a lot of people's comments. It's getting late, but I do want to go over a couple of things. I have so many goodies here to show you. Coming soon to a newsstand or your mailbox is the October 2022 Crochet World magazine. And this month I have a design in here. Let me see if I can find it. I should have just had it flipped to the page. There are lots of good things in here. Lots of interesting okay. Look at this. This is a friend of mine, Jennifer Ryan. She has a beautiful cabled headband. So if you like cabled things, there are a lot more cabled designs in here. Mine's a very, oh, look at this. This is kind of nice. A twister poncho. So I'm just really happy. That's by Laura Gebhardt. I'm just really happy that cables are cool again. Oh, and my friend Sandy Walker has a Tunisian cable throw in here. So I'm just glad that, oh, wow. I must have passed it. Hold on a second. Let me find it. It's a very small project. Page 40. Yeah, I still flipped right past it. Here we go. This is Karamat cabled set. Okay, so what in the world is that, you may ask? I have an example. Here is an example. You can see it's just a simple, the cable part is just a simple 4-stitch cable. And the back is just single crochet. I've joined it together with the knurl stitch. And before you all who hate the knurl stitch say anything, I also have instructions in the pattern for slip stitch. to connect it with slip stitch if you like, instead of using that. But what's nice about this is with the, of course, a different color. This is with your good old dishy peaches, whatever, brand you find at Walmart or, Michael's, the traditional dishcloth cotton. And this is thick. This is thick enough you can pull hot things out of the oven with it. Okay. If you can make just one layer and use it as a hot pad and put hot things on your counter, if you just do one layer and try to take anything hot out of the oven, you might get burned. So definitely do the back side as well. These wash really well. Um, can last a long, 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 long time. And to answer the question that may come up, do we have to use cotton? If it's in the kitchen around hot things, yes, you do. Because if you use any kind of yarn with acrylic, it will melt. If it gets hot enough, it can melt or it will scorch. Cotton, for whatever reason, this can catch fire, yes, but, assuming that you don't use fire when you cook in your kitchen, this is great. Could take hot things out of the ovens. I've been doing it for years. So that again is in the October 2022 Crochet World magazine. And since I have dual ownership of this will also be going up in my Lovecraft store very soon. Okay, I need to remember to do that. All right, let's see, what else do I have to show you? I got some delicious yarn in the mail, guys. Look at this. I had to roll it up. I could have shown you the hanks, and you can see it better, but I don't know if you can see the sheen on this. This is, do you remember the Eileen scarf that I made with that? It was the really rich brown yarn. It had a little bit like 10% yak mixed with the merino and the silk. Well, this is from the same Mindy Dyer. This is 50% superwash merino mixed with 50% silk. And this is amazing. I did put a link. It's not an affiliate link or anything. It's just a link. If you're interested in this kind of yarn for any reason, she does have some in her Etsy store. I am going to be coming out with a design. What it is, but will be coming this fall, winter. Use delightful material. This is a DK weight, by the way. So, all right, and I did want to talk about a question that appeared on my YouTube channel this morning. This is a recent summer shell, the Bonnie Bay summer shell that came out last week. And the question involved making the arms, and I wanted to communicate on that. When you begin doing the bodice part, that's where the pink yarn starts. That's where you determine the size of the armholes. And for a lot of these, what you do is you count the panels, and the panels, these like this would be 1 and then 2, kind of where the shells are. So basically what you're doing is 5 of these panels for a large, okay, go into making the sleeve. And if you do that, it's about this much only. And someone emailed me and said, that's impossible. That doesn't make any sense. Well, it's because they needed to read more into the pattern. When you do the bodice, you also add chains right here and here. So you're adding this much width for that particular, this is for medium size. So the larger the size, of course, you're going to have more chains added to that add to the arm circumference. Okay. So I just wanted to be clear about that. And what I'm encouraging people to do as you make this is once you make 2 rounds here, and that would be with the chains here and here. Once you do like 2 rounds of the wattle stitch, measure it against, a shirt that fits you well. Measure it, just lay it down on the table and measure side to side. Is that going to be big enough for me, or is it too big? And what you can do is you can self adjust this pattern to fit you exclusively by adding chains here or taking chains out in multiples of 3. But whenever you do that, whatever you do on one side, make sure you do it on the other side as well. So I don't know if that's confusing and kind of gobbledygook, just to bring that up. I just feel like I need to communicate that in case somebody else was missing that. Because otherwise, the armholes are like for a Barbie doll. I mean, you do have to have additional additional fabric in order for it to fit well. Okay, and I have to show you a new pattern in the works, and I'm really excited about this one. This is going to be an easy bobble scarf or shawl, and I use just one ball of the Lion brand. It's a DK weight, and I don't have the label. Do I have the label here? Of course, I don't have the label here. But I picked up this yarn. I was just in Walmart, and I thought, that's kind of pretty. So I picked it up, and I got one scarf out of one ball. So for $5.99, you can make a lovely scarf for the fall, and it's still large enough to wear as a shawl. Okay, so Lion brand yarn. See, so it's just one ball of yarn. Now I went to my yarn stash and I found some other yarn and another one. I just couldn't find. I'd like to do some more. And this is another one using the knit yarn. This was yarn. It has a little bit of silk, and it has some camel hair in it. It's quite a fantastic blend. Again, a nice winter scarf that I can just put on as I'm going out the door once the temperature drop. And I did this in, I think, 2 evenings, just in a relaxed manner. Maybe spent 3 hours at the most on it. So anyway, that'll be coming. That'll be coming probably in September. So be on the look for the easy bobble scarf. Let me get back to the chat. I'm sorry, guys. I just left you high and dry here. Hannah, I'm so glad that, okay, there's something going on. Let me see. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Sheila, I guess you're talking about, she looked online and said that the written book is like $53. And that's just something they do, I think, if they just don't have any. They have them at, again, they have these books, if this is the one you're referring to, Sheila, they have these at leisurearts.com, and then I have them in my Etsy store. I'm sure they will be coming to Amazon once they get the stock sent to them from Leisure Arts, should they decide to restock it. Oh, Rovilla's in the chat. She says, got you live here from North Carolina. I sent an email with a pic yesterday. Yeah, I think I saw that. Let me check on that. I think I did see that, Rovilla. Make sure that I did get it. Yes. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, the Tree of Life. That you ask permission. If I could use that for social media, I would love to share that with others because your work is beautiful. All right. Wow, Crochet Done My Way with Wanda said that she got the Erin Atkins book when she was a couple of years into her crochet journey. Thanks for your support, Wanda. Golly, I sure hope we can meet up again sometime. And we've got Marilyn Ann, if I'm saying that right, from Kenya in the chat. Wow. And Margaret and yeah, thank you, Tracy. That was really sweet of you. Yeah, I mean, not trying to boast about that stitch or anything. It's just that was just fun, and that just just kind of emboldened me to make more. So it's so much fun. And Sheila likes that one too. Good, good. And we have Marguerite from Brazil. Wow. And Harriet Cutter. And all right. So if I've missed anybody, okay, uh, please forgive me. Um, oh, we have Mrs. WW. I'm just kind of looking through and see if there's anybody I didn't see before. We have Mara and is it Narges? If I'm saying that right? From looks like from another country. Wow. And all right. And again, Archer and Ace, thank you so much for your generosity to us once again. Just looking. Oh, got a bunch more. And Mimi wants to know, can you do a tutorial on just the wattle stitch sometime? I can't figure out how to make the sides of a swatch straight with that stitch. I think I have. Let me. I'd have to do a quick search. I think I have done. Let me just do a quick search here. Yeah, I have. Okay, let me go ahead and get you the link. Hold on a second. I'm going to put the link right here for the Wattle, W-A-T-T-L-E. All right, so I did put a link in the group chat for that stitch. Yeah, I do have one. Sometimes if you're not sure, if you're looking for something, and if you go to my home page, and you can see the little spyglass, that little circle and the little line and the little search bar, I love this something that you're looking for, and you can always look under Erin Celtic stitches. I have an entire playlist of those, and if you're looking for certain Afghans or throws, or just looking for another one to make, if you just go, I have on texturized throws that has many different video series in it. So if there's something you haven't, that you're looking for, that you want something new, definitely check that. I've spent probably the last 10 years adding to that. All right. And something going on with Nodula here. Oh wow, she's saying that in France that they're under a heat wave. I'm working backwards here, just trying to find out. So many of their forests are burning. Our firemen are fighting so hard, as in Australia last year. It's crazy. Wow. I hope they get that under control. That can be tough. Oh, thank you for your support, Sheila. And you guys are so sweet, congratulating the winners too. Thank you so much. We have Johannes Creations from the Netherlands in the chat. Wow. And Elaine from Edenton, North Carolina. You guys are so supportive. Thank you. Let me see if there's anything I need to clean up here at the last minute. And Nigel is asking for prayer for the firemen, that they are not professional. They are all volunteers and are not really paid for their service. They need a good help from our good Lord. Yes, they do. I will definitely remember that, Nigel. I hope things turn for the better. I hope lots of rain comes. And Hannah's getting hungry, so she read something. Okay, steam. Okay, I'm again tracing things back. All right, well, I need to get something here. I left my Bible in the other room, and I'm going to look it up online instead, because I remember the verse I wanted to share with you all. Here we go. Go get it and bring it back, but I don't want want you to hear me scream when I have to stand up to move. And it could take me 10 minutes to get seated again. So um, I want to let me make sure I got everything. I think I covered everything. I just wanted to remind you guys, if you were a winner, make sure you send me an email. Okay, I have no other way to send it to you otherwise. So, and I do want you all to be blessed. Um, all right. Okay, and Mary Loves Crochet wants to know if I steam block my throws. Very seldom. Um, I have not found the need to really block most of what I do as far as throws. Two throws that do come to mind that did require blocking, and I wet block them, not steam block them, which is where you kind of spray it down and get it kind of wet and then pin it in place and let it dry. Bonnie's Bonbon blanket, do you remember that one? Which was made out of the South African cotton, beautiful cotton. Yeah, it was called Fusion. I think it was cotton, either cotton or a blend of cotton and bamboo. I don't remember which, but I believe it was the cotton, and that definitely required blocking. The Celtic mandala throw, because of the stitches worked in the round, can be a little bit wonky, so that definitely benefits from blocking, especially the trim, the outer trim. It really does benefit that, the look of that design to do that. So I kind of reserve blocking more for the wools and like the edging of the wool, uh, scarves and shawls, especially if it has like a lacy finish. Blocking really helps a lot. But I have a couple other things that I didn't necessarily need to do that on. But it really is up to you. Um, what you think it needs. So I hope that's not too elusive of a way to answer. All right. Well, let me go ahead, and I wanted to end with just lifting up, just reading some of these. One of my favorite verses, I remember singing this many years ago in church, Psalm 123. It's a song of ascents. They would sing this as they were walking towards Jerusalem to worship. And it's written, "To you I lift up my eyes, O you who are enthroned in the heavens. Behold, as the eyes of servants look to the hand of their master, or the eyes of a maidservant to the hand of her mistress, so our eyes look to the Lord our God, till he has mercy upon us." All right, well, I hope that blesses you. Thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. God bless. Bye-bye.